Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Cookies. My name is Lindsay. We are so excited that you're joining us for Thank God It's Monday, because it is Monday, if you missed that memo. I don't have my notes up. So, yeah, this show, you'd think I've said this enough that I would know, right? On this show, we talk about positive parenting, leadership, and tangents. We bring in guests. We have you as the audience to help us think of new things to say. So you want to be part of that audience? Come join us every workday morning on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn around 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Today's show is sponsored by Social Media Torch, creating content on purpose and for a purpose. Learn more about their firestorms at www.socialmediatorch.com. Good morning, Nick. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's TGIM. It is Monday.
TGIM.
And you wonder what? I woke up this morning a little early and I was like, nope, I'm not going to get up yet. I'm going to snuggle the wife because morning snuggles are the best snuggles.
Oh.
And then it was, there's a lot to get done today.
Yeah.
So hopped out of bed, got here, and I got cold brew on the way here. Mm-hmm. But we have a guest in the house.
We do.
And because we have a guest in the house, Lindsay.
Yes.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay, for going back to Starbucks.
You're welcome.
And getting cappuccinos. So what did I decide to do this morning? I poured the cold brew into the cappuccino. I hope y'all be ready for this because it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. So who do we have with us today, Lindsay?
We are so excited because it's one of our favorite people that I've really actually gotten to know through the show. I didn't really know him before the show that much, but we are so excited to welcome Victor.
That was greatness. That was greatness. Good morning, brother. How are you doing today?
I'm actually doing so awesome. I couldn't wait for this day, and I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for the invite, and let's just get it doing.
Yeah.
There you go. I love the art. Look at that guy's biceps in that shot. Like, goodness gracious, that man got muscles. Call him Mr. Muscle Man.
Yeah. There's a reason I cover to my elbows usually. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I need to take some lessons from you, Vic.
So we were having a conversation.
Yes.
About Victor. This is your first time on camera.
Yes, it is.
It's your first time on camera, and doing so, somehow we got to talking about how, when you have a voice and you have a story to tell, that someone will try to stagnate that and make you feel like you're not, like your voice isn't good enough, is to use the terminology that you said, and then I was like, well, who is that? And Lindsay said it's the
devil.
And then
it's the devil.
Then you called it
devil doesn't want it to be heard.
Say it one more time.
Chamuco.
Chamuco.
Yes.
Okay.
And what is that?
Well, actually, in Spanish, it's Diablo, but us as Hispanics, we call them so many names, and that's one of them.
Good morning, Brian. Brian Graham over on LinkedIn joining us this morning. Good morning,
good
stud.
morning.
How are you doing? Over here on Facebook, we have Angelina, my dad. Dad, good morning, sir. How are you? Nolan and Angelina already double time in the comments. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. So we have some things to chitty make chat about. So first off, you ready?
Yes.
Friday night, cappuccinos and cannolis.
Yes. It was such a good time.
So many more people show up than what I was expecting. I was like, oh, well, maybe we'll have like 8 people. We had over 16 people show up, and we had to keep adding more tables to our table.
It was greatness.
We literally took up the entire front patio. It was so great.
It was awesome.
It was great. And it was just so honored by everyone who showed up.
Yes,
so blessed by everyone who showed up. And what does that mean? That means we have to do it again.
Yep.
Yes, we have to.
We have to do it again. and it's funny because I was like, oh, like, well, you want to do it monthly? And Lindsay was like, no, we're not going to do it monthly. And now I'm like, hey, well, good morning, Edward. How you doing, brother? And now it's like, Lindsay, maybe we can have that conversation about doing this monthly. Good morning, Rosalie. Right? We stayed late that night, too.
We did.
We just said, here we go. You ready? I learned something about Gary Gregory.
Is it the cappuccino story?
It's the cappuccino story. So they were in Mexico. They were drinking cappuccinos.
Him and his wife.
Yep. And well, I don't know if she was drinking the cappuccinos. I know he was, and the Coburns were there too. Oh, I know, right? You get those two couples together.
Those two
Who
couples
knows?
together are trouble.
Who knows? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, right? Trouble in a good way, but with a capital T. Definitely capital T. And the actual like coffee person cut Gary Gregory off after 4 because he was like, yeah, I was so excited. I was running up and down all around and just, just pew, new, new. So where most people
totally see that.
Oh my goodness, right? That much energy inside that man. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those things where
he's already energetic.
he is.
Yes, he's already got that high energy
Yes.
feel to him. And then you add cappuccino and that's just like
But where most people get maybe cut off from alcohol, they had to cut him off from coffee. Like that's a whole new level of that must have been like really good cappuccinos to be cut off.
just keep talking. Why are you making this awkward?
Because it's way more fun to make it awkward. Edward, man, we wish you could have been there. And you want to know, we're definitely going to have another one, and we'll definitely make sure that everyone knows about it. So you can definitely come join us, brother. So
I wonder how they would do if they had that Cuban espresso. I'm like, that's
Because that's like
intense.
more potent, isn't it?
Oh yes.
Yeah. I haven't had it, but I've heard.
there is a Cuban restaurant in the Shops of Legacy where you can get Cuban espressos, and you want maybe we should do an episode there. They have a front patio. Maybe that might be a good idea. Reach out to the owner, do a coffee and cookies. Yep. All right, here we go. It's always a party with the Coburns and the Gregorys. Rosalie, I absolutely believe that. Honestly believe that. So this weekend was a lot of fun. That event was a lot of fun. Again, honor that everyone came out, had a great time with all of you. Thomas Prisco even called in. You got to actually meet and talk to him for the first time.
It was amazing. I'm so honored.
Right?
I
And then-
actually feel like I know you better because I talked to Thomas.
oh, goodness. Thomas, I don't know if I'm going to let you, I don't know if I'm going to allow you to talk to everyone else now. He knows a lot about my past. No, we can, little shades of gray.
Are those repressed memories?
Some of them, yes. So Victor, you also had a great weekend when you joined us at Coffee and Cookies. But let's fast forward to Sunday. Sunday, while you were serving in VIP, what happened?
Man, it was awesome. First of all, it feels great just serving VIP with my wife, with my better half. It's right there off
What
the
is
bat.
VIP?
It's the people that go and grab the new people that come in and make them welcome and show them the ropes where all the things are and just make them feel at home.
Which is something that a lot of churches don't do. I remember visiting churches that are like Elevate, and you walk in, and it's so obvious to pick them out. Like you could tell they're lost. They don't know where to go. They don't know where the kids ministry is. They don't know where sometimes the sanctuary is. And you walk in, and I remember that feeling like, where am I supposed to go? And that's what the VIP team does is they identify those individuals and go, oh, great, you have kids. Let's go get your kids checked in. Oh, you want a coffee? Let's go to the coffee shop. Oh, you want to go sit in the sanctuary? Great. Do you want to sit down at the bottom? Or do you want to sit, and they kind of walk them around. It's a VIP experience. It's a red carpet experience.
Yeah, they don't know how VIP is, the people that serve, how it is just to serve on VIP. Because even before they hear the message and they hear what the pastors bring, you're the first encounter that they come.
Correct.
So you're special. You're the one that sets the plate
Ooh, there you go.
for the dinner.
Ooh, set the plate for the dinner. Wow.
Which is true,
It's like
right?
a fancy.
He is fancy.
I know.
He
that
is
just,
fancy.
Like totally just blew my mind.
But it's amazing how a lot of churches don't think about that experience. And it's something that Elevate is really doing a good job of integrating more of, hey, this is an experience for people. On the back end, I get to serve on the online team. And I'm learning now how many people it takes. It's funny 'cause I was explaining to Amber, like every service is like a Broadway production. And I was talking to Noel about this too. Like every service is a Broadway production. The difference is that the pastor doesn't always have to stay on script.
Oh, wow.
right? Like he can go off script and you just gotta flow with it. But it takes a lot of people to make that happen. Mm-hmm. So can you what else happened? And I'm really leaning into the hug story. Like tell us about the hug story.
So one thing is that, like I said, we were serving on VIP, and one of the guys that comes to church just looked at me and just told me, he's like, "Oh, there's Vic. I want a Victor hug."
You're doing he did a double take.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's Victor.
And he just went over there and gave me a hug. I'm like, oh, cool. So my wife, she just stared at me. He's like, what's going on? But
Greatness.
It was greatness, man. I'm like, that shows that my hugs are getting very popular. I don't know if
Yes,
it's because of the show or just the same family of choice, just advertising it.
There you go. There you go.
It.
You want to know what? I hope our show has something to do with that because we always talk about Victor hugs.
Oh, yeah.
We do. Good morning, Amber. Thank you for joining us this morning, sweet wife. All right, so we also have that, and then you also had a photo session with someone at church.
The funny part about this too is that I'm actually people are not going to like this, but I'm a Raider fan. But
They're not going to know how not to like it yet. Why? Why does it matter that you're a Raiders fan, Victor?
well, because they've been trying to make me go and be a Dallas Cowboy.
And who are those people?
My cousins and a couple of friends, so family of choice. But
Trying to turn them to the blue side.
yes, it's impossible.
Well, I mean, you live here in the great state of Texas, so
But you can have allegiances elsewhere.
sure. But I mean, if you want to, cheer for the greatest team in America.
But anyways, I was inside the auditorium, but I needed to do something in my phone, so I couldn't get any reception. And I was like I said, I was serving as a VIP, so I went outside, and I actually saw someone, and that someone was Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
So I went up to him and I told him, "Can I have a picture?" And he's like, "Yes, just make it quick." I guess he knew I wasn't a Dallas Cowboy fan or something.
Were you wearing your Raiders shirt? Like,
So it was awesome because after that, I texted all my friends and my cousin and told them, "Look who I took a picture with."
I actually went to your Facebook and so many memes of people like, oh, of course you got the picture, right? like a non-Cowboys fan got the picture with him. So I was serving on the online team and he walked by and the people I was serving with, it was like a bunch of little like kids just like got all excited. Like they just, Dak Prescott walked by.
yeah.
I was like, yes, he did.
Yeah.
He's over there. He's like,
My husband came into the cafe because we were serving in the cafe, and he's like, I just got chills. I'm like, why is it cold in here? Like, I'm fine. Why are you cold?
oh my goodness.
It was good.
So actually, that was my experience, my great weekend. I just had an awesome day from Friday to Sunday. It was just awesome.
Yeah.
And then, but then what movie did you go see?
Top Gun.
How many times have you seen it now?
This is my first one.
Yes.
My wife actually took me on a date.
Aww.
So we saw it and we had so much fun. It's like, it was even better than the first one. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Heard it was better than the first one.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I've actually heard that from several people, that it was better than the first one.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. I know people that have seen this 6 times already.
That's crazy.
6 times. I know Star Wars fans that haven't seen whatever Star Wars movies, not even 3 times.
In the theaters.
In the theaters. But people who like don't care about jets, they just love this movie. Mm-hmm. This movie is so good, it's getting hate. Like seriously, like there are people online go, this movie's too patriotic. This movie's too good. This movie's like just it's too amazing.
You know, somebody I was talking to yesterday, they said, and you can attest, I haven't seen the movie yet, I know, but they said that Tom Cruise gets on before the movie and he just does like a little thank you message for
Yes.
watching the movie.
Like, goodness gracious, that tells you how great the movie's going to be.
Yeah.
And one thing too is like, it's so great. Like I told you, my wife is not a movie person. The only reason, and I love her for this, that she goes to the movies is to just go with me, and she just wants to have her popcorn.
I mean,
And she literally told
popcorn is pretty good at the movie theater.
she literally told my cousin that she's willing to go again to just watch it. That's how good it is.
Wow.
And there you go, right? Like people who maybe aren't into movies, people who aren't into jets, people who like, oh wow, like that was such a good movie. I want to go see it again. So I have not seen it yet. But Amber and I, after hearing just raving, I'm like, we have to go see this. And I asked her, I was like, sweetheart, do you want to go see this? She's like, yes. Like this is, Amber's not like always like a movie person, but she's like, no, I want to see that movie. I'm like, okay. Like the boss has spoken. We will go see it. Oh, Edward is a Chiefs fan, by the way, going back to conversations. Just FYI, he's over here talking about go Chiefs.
Where's Edward? Is Edward on LinkedIn?
No, Edward. Hey, buddy. I'm actually going to drop the link to the Coffee and Cookies show. So I see you're on my personal profile, brother. Come join us over here so you can engage with everyone else on the comments. Because you're probably like, how are all these people commenting? I'm not seeing them. So I just put the link in the comment just for you. So you can come over here and join us over here on the actual show. Angelina has not seen the movie yet.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. Naked as Tom Cruise. You know,
That's why people go see it 6 times. I don't know. Did people go see Mission Impossible 6 times?
I will say it is the. Here we go. You ready for this? And I'm not trying to get political. It's what the audience want. It's what the audience wants.
It's what they're craving.
It's what they're craving right now. It really
Right.
is, right? Like if you go look at the Star Wars, like the Kenobi series right now, the Halo series that came out, just some of the movies that have come out that have a feel to it is what I'll call it. A feel to it, right? It's just it. And
Is it the woke feel?
it's a woke feel. It's a woke feel, and honestly, they're sloppy. They're just flat out sloppy. Okay, Doctor Strange 2, sloppy. Like, it's just bad. So when you have a movie come out where you can tell that the director Tom Cruise, you can tell the main actor Tom Cruise, when you can tell that the intentionality was there. It rings bells. The audience has spoken. There's a reason why Doctor Strange 2 flopped. There's a reason why this Halo series flopped. There's a reason why, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which was supposed to be like the best, like this is what bridges Star Wars. It's flopping. The audience is angry, okay? And then you come out here and you have Tom Cruise coming out here going, I hear you, audience. I know what you want. You don't want all this. You want this. And it crushes it. Applebee's. If you go spend $25 at Applebee's, they'll give you a free ticket. Just FYI, yeah. So now that the movie's out, yeah. So the ads have been flooding me right now, saying, "Hey, go eat at Applebee's, spend $25. We'll give you a free Top Gun ticket."
I can spend $25 at Applebee's.
I know, so easily, right? Right. Go get dinner and you get a free Top Gun ticket.
Dinner and a movie.
But what is, and so some people may some people may disagree with me. Like Applebee's is kind of an American brand. Like that's American food. Like they just have everything under the sun, and I love it.
Isn't there a country song about Applebee's?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure there is.
But it's funny because for my birthday, we went and saw Doctor Strange 2. And I actually felt bad for the people that came out and watched it. I did. It was garbage. It was freaking garbage.
I know. Like I said,
that's
I work at our church and stuff, and I was talking to one of the coworkers, and he's a fanatic when it comes to Marvel movies and all that stuff. And he even came and he was disappointed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't need that. Here we go, right?
Nick, are you providing refunds to all your friends that
No. But here we go, right? It's funny because I am a dad that has 3 daughters. I believe, hear me on this, everyone. I believe in strong female characters. Okay? But but you don't need to destroy a current male character to build your female character. They should complement each other, not be fighting for the screen the whole time. Okay? You also need to have it's funny because if you're a Star Wars, okay, you know there's this character called Ahsoka. All right? And if you watch the Clone War cartoons, okay, there was this point where Ahsoka was first introduced to the audience, and the audience did not like her. Like they did not like her. But Filoni wanted the audience not to like her. They made her out to be a little brat. So then she could have a redemption arc and actually gain the favor of the audience. Like it wasn't just like, oh, she's a brat one episode and she can magically wield a lightsaber better than Luke Skywalker can the second episode, right? And that's what you're missing now. You know, well, with the current Kenobi series, you have this new character that's almost better than Darth Vader. Where did this character come from? There's no likability. Like you cannot relate. You have fan bases that are very much tied to Star Wars or Marvel or any of these other franchises, Halo. You have any of these other franchises, and you're just taking it. And you're tossing that fan base away and saying, "Here's the direction we're moving in," and you're alienating them. And these are people with money. These are people that will spend money on your merch. They will spend money on your movies. They will spend money on your video games. You could toss anything you want at them, and they will spend that money. But now you're alienating them. And it stinks because I'm hearing it not just from friends, but I'm hearing it from a lot of the communities that I'm part of with these different franchises. And then you have Top Gun. People who don't even like jets, people who don't even care about Top Gun. Not only do watch the new Top Gun, have you seen the revenue from the old Top Gun? People are renting that movie on Amazon. They're renting that movie on all these different platforms because, like, oh my goodness, the first movie was so good, but we don't understand the lore. We don't understand the foundational, so they go back and watch that one. I mean, seriously, Tom Cruise nailed it out of the park.
The only reason that I actually went and saw it was because all the commotion that I was listening to. Because to be honest, I didn't even watch the first one. I had to literally go and rent the first first one.
Yeah.
But
people don't even know, and then you gotta watch the first one before you can see the second one because it's a storyline.
Or you watch the second one, go watch the first one, and then you watch the second one again. Why not? Why not? But Vic, so just FYI, hold on.
Logically, you listen to Lindsay, you read the first one first, and then you watch the second one as many times as you want because you have the foundation.
So here we go, right? I did not know Vic did that when I said what I just said.
He didn't share that part.
He did not share like that was not scripted. That was not scripted at all. So just to make sure that I set the expectation correctly, that is awesome.
Yeah, because I heard my cousin saying, I'm like, man, the second one is better than the first one. I'm like, well, I haven't seen the first one either. I guess I have to go watch it.
So Dustin's going to reserve some tables at Applebee's, and he'll see us in 2 hours. Good morning, handsome man of mine.
Oh, that is funny. Great. It's good morning, Mike. Mike coming over, joining me over on the personal profile. Come on over to the main channel, brother. Goodness gracious, Lindsay, you just crush it in the comments today. Thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you for that. So Vic, thank you for being on the show. We've kind of recapped the weekend. Thank you for letting me impart some of the silliness that is currently going on. And I mean, if anything, Tom Cruise releasing the movie right now was like perfect timing because he's blowing out the box office. He knew. He knows what the audience wants.
Inside track.
Right. Okay, so here we go, right? We were talking about working out, right? And you were talking, was it your brother that you were talking to?
Yes, it was actually my brother. He's been into fitness all his life.
You don't look like you've been into fitness at all, ever.
All my family has been, but one thing, he actually competed.
Okay.
And the one question that I asked him, because I always get pointers from him when it comes to working out, and he said, how do you schedule your workouts. And he told me that, you know what, when it comes to my upper body, I don't work out that much. Because when it comes to our jeans, it's given. I could even just look at the weights and
muscle shows up.
But one thing is that my weakness has been my lower body.
Okay.
So I actually work out more when it comes to my lower body, when it comes to my legs and all that stuff. So it's either more reps or I just add another day to on the week when it comes to lower body workouts.
And we got into that conversation because we were talking about how in life, you don't want to just ignore your weaknesses, right? Do you want to go a little bit into that?
Yeah, because one thing is that for some, it's so funny, but this is not the first time that I have talked about this. But even at Vegas, I had one time I preached about this when it comes to a workout, and when it comes to me working out in my spiritual life, I kind of compare it. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I like that.
Because one thing is that in order for you to gain muscle, you have to go through pain. Mm-hmm. If you want to get growth, you have to go through pain. Mm-hmm. But if you just stop when the pain is beginning, you ain't gaining nothing.
You're not gaining. No, you're not.
And the spiritual.
Stinky.
Do you feel a little called out right there, Lindsay?
Maybe.
But when it comes to the spiritual, the harder the test and the more you endure, the more growth you and maturity you get to.
That's good.
Wow, that is
right.
Good. Mm-hmm.
So one thing when it comes to spiritually, when it comes to your sorry if hopefully I'm doing the right thing because I'm not used to this.
Yeah, you're good.
When it comes to working out on your weaknesses, and God already gives you strength when it comes to spiritual. But there's some weaknesses that you have too. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that you just have to concentrate on your strengths, on your gifts that God already gave you there. But He wants you to work on your weaknesses too, because that's going to make you stronger.
So when we talk about this, I think it's really important first to identify, right? Like you because of your background, you're able to identify, oh, my upper body. Like I look at weights and I start to bulk up, right? And I guarantee you, there's some people in the audience like, I wish I could do that.
right here, yeah.
Right, and because that, you're like, okay, I know I still need to stay fit, right? I still need to work on my strengths. I still need to continue to grow my strengths. But hey, I have this weakness over here, and I need to give a little bit more attention over here. Now, here we go, right? When we talk about this, there are also, now you're talking about on a physical and on the spiritual side, right? But let's also talk about it on the business side, okay? Because you have strengths, but you also have weaknesses. Now, sometimes the way you're wired, or sometimes the way you're built, sometimes that weakness will never become a strength, but you can still develop it. And it's important that you develop it, and not just so that you can utilize it, but so that you can identify it in others, right? Because I'm a visionary. I know my strengths. I also know my weaknesses. Have I worked on my weaknesses? I've had to. Lindsay's made sure that I've had to, right? My wife has made sure that I've had to. The organization piece, right? Those are things that I work on. But at the end of the day, Lindsay's going to be more organized than I am. But if I don't know what I don't know, then I cannot be an asset to my integrator at work, and I cannot be an asset to my integrator at home. So yes, work on your weaknesses. You absolutely should.
Well, and I think about it like few different scenarios popped in my head as you were talking about that, because I don't relate to working out. Like, I mean,
you relate to drinking coffee.
No. But I mean, like, I know I need to work out, and I know, but it just doesn't appeal to me. Like I don't know it like you do. But, everybody has the ability to develop skills. And like my daughter, she's ambidextrous. She can do things with her left and her right. Every person could develop the skill to do things with their left and their right. But you have a dominant hand. you have a dominant skill, you have a dominant strength.
Ooh, that's good.
So do you focus on what you can do well? Because that's what fixed mindset people do.
Ooh. All right, we're done. That's it.
If you want to have a growth mindset, you're going to work on the things that are more challenging to you. So you're going to work on writing with your left hand because you can't do it as well as you can with your right yet. So developing your weaknesses is actually one of the telltale signs of having that growth mindset of like, no, I can do this. I can do this. I can't do it well yet, but I'm going to work on it. And I'm going to bring that level up as I continue to grow. And eventually it'll become a strength.
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And one thing is that you just said one point, it's you wanting to change, make a change in your life, that you're not complacent. But if you want to better yourself in life, that's the first step. And then it's working on it. But one thing is noticing your weaknesses, and this is where alignment comes in. Because one thing is that I saw my brother being successful when it came to that. So I went with him and for I could get points on how to get my weaknesses to be my one of my strengths or something like that to compare it to level it up with my strengths.
Well, and there you go, right? You found someone who, okay, great, he's already doing this really well. How can I, what can I learn from that so you can level up your physical fitness? You know, and here we go, right? Well, please understand what we're saying here, okay? I'm not saying, oh, great, you identified your strengths and you've identified your weaknesses. Don't worry about your strengths, just focus on your weaknesses, right? No, I'm saying have a balance, okay? We're saying they may not be saying it, I'll say it. You need to have a balance. Sometimes your weaknesses, especially in business or maybe in the spiritual world, sometimes your weaknesses are just going to be weaknesses. But you at least need to identify it, right? You want to work on it, great. You only have so much time in the day, okay? You only have so much capacity. You only have so much margin. You only have so much to insert whatever word you're thinking of in there, okay? And understand that, great, you can work on the weaknesses, but you can work on strengths. You can work on strengths and you can work on weaknesses, but you have to decide the direction that you're wanting to go down. You have to make sure that you decide, you choose. Okay. Now I'm going to let the world choose for me. Now I'm going to let someone else choose for me. No. Hey, I'm identifying who I am. I'm identifying how I'm wired. I'm identifying my strengths. I'm identifying my weaknesses. Now what's the direction I want to go in? Your brother, he wanted to go on stage and, you know, that, right? You enjoy being physically fit because maybe you just enjoy, right? There's different degrees of it. It's funny. I was listening to a fitness guy and he's like, you know, you get these people online who are like, oh, you can have a 6-pack in 6 weeks. And what they fail to acknowledge is that maybe their genetics build them to have a six. Your husband will never not have a 6-pack.
I know.
His genetics will never.
I'm just kidding.
I'm done. Okay.
That's not why I married you, Dustin.
But with his genetics, like that's just like it doesn't matter what he does. He's always going to have a 6-pack. All right. You in 2 weeks, you could bulk up faster than the majority of the people because your genetics, right, play into that. So you get these people who make these wild, outlandish promises of fitness, and what they stop to think about is, well, how do the genetics play in? Right. I know if I want to cut, I got to cut carbs out of my diet. I just do. I cut pasta and pizza out of my diet. I drop weight, but I really like pasta and pizza. So I'm going to have a little bit of fluff. Right? Like that's me understanding who I am. You know, can I bulk up? Yes, I can. But I kind of like pasta and pizza. So there we go, right?
Yeah.
One thing too, it's not like I eat healthy all the time. You always have to have your balance.
Salsa.
And I try to eat as healthy as I can every day, but I always have my cheat days. But one thing is that when it comes to fitness and when it comes to spiritually and even business, you have to have a motive. And my motive when it came to working out, at the beginning, when I was young, literally I was working out because I was into bodybuilding, Arnold Schwarzenegger and all that stuff.
Right.
But
the
then,
real bodybuilders of the day.
I'll be back.
But one thing is that now, the reason that I do it is for my family. Because one thing is that I want to be as healthy as I can, for I could be there for my grandchildren. I want to have the energy to get to play with them, and you know what? I want to be as sexy as I can for my wife.
There you go.
So my family is my motive to keep on going, to keep on working out, because I want to be the best for them.
Now, with your education, can people hire you for personal training?
Yes.
Yes.
Victor, we need to chat.
No, because seriously, this is the man. Like you get personal trainers that go, oh, here's what we're doing, and they don't take that into account. But this is a man who's standing right in front of us right now that understands that. Like he knows, great. Hey, this is your weakness. This is your strength. Here's where we need to focus a little bit.
Right.
Right. Like he's able to identify. It's not a blanket statement.
And one thing is that you have to want it.
There you go. Right.
So you really have to want it, because one thing I see a lot of excuses that people put that, oh, well, I need to go to the gym and I haven't found the gym. You know what? I was working out in my garage with dumbbells.
It's amazing what you can do with a set of dumbbells.
Yeah.
They even got fancy dumbbells now that have little clicky things, like it's 10 pounds and click, 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 click. It's 60 pounds. Like
magically.
Yeah.
Magically?
They're a little clicky. I don't know what they're called.
Huh.
But they can scale in weight, and you just move the little dial over.
They're clicky dumbbells.
Yeah, because
Is it like Mean Girls, where they stick together?
Where they stick together.
And I seen them because one of my customers, because me and my wife, she still cleans houses, but I seen those dumbbells that you talk about. Instead of having a bunch of them and take a lot of room, they have this one that you just click and you just get the weight that you want.
Yep. It's greatness. Rosalie gets the pasta and pizza thing. See? Yeah. Rosalie got me. Rosalie, and then you ready? And then I have your cooking.
It was delicious.
It was delicious, but it makes me fluffy.
I have more today too. So.
Oh no! Like today's a cleanse day for me.
Oh.
Like I ate so much. I had tiramisu, I had pizza, I had pasta, I had rice, and I was like, today, I need water and coffee. That's all I need today.
I hope that's resolved, because I'm gonna eat today.
No, you can eat. I'm not eating today.
And it's gonna be delicious.
I'm sure it is. But it's funny because I was on my drive here. I'm like, I'm making better, not this weekend. Before this weekend, I was making good diet decisions. I'm like, why am I not putting on weight? Because I'm getting my workouts in. I'm recovering. I'm stretching again. Like, because I'm like you. Like, my kids are 6, 3, and 1. I got to be healthy into my 60s. Like, I have to be active into my 60s, right? And then a little voice was like, yeah, you're doing everything, but did you meal prep? And I was like, man, I wonder if I could just hire Lindsay to meal prep for me. like here's the diet. I know I need the dark greens. I know I need the proteins. Can you please meal prep for me? And the voice,
it's so funny.
Wait, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
And then the little voice said, "Oh, really? You're not going to be disciplined?" And I was like, "Ow,
Ouch,
ow,
yeah. Ouch."
How that little voice? Little voice is vicious.
That hurts.
Okay,
That
go
hurts.
ahead. Thank you for letting me finish.
You're not the first person this month that's asked me to meal prep for them.
To be honest, I'm going to be one of your clients. Because
Seriously, like Lindsay, like this is something like you. This is something that there's a lot of us that are just like, no, like I'll go buy the ingredients, right? I will buy the Tupperware. Just don't ask me to. And here we go, right? Dustin has a smoker, so talk about making like smoked chicken. Like y'all could raw. Oh, it was so yummy. We had smoked chicken over rice. Oh, it was so good.
I want to be part of the family.
Are you ready?
I'll make a double batch next time.
Are you ready? It was so good. On my second serving, I didn't add any salsa or anything else to it because I wanted to taste the smoked chicken. Like I didn't want to take away from that flavor.
So, for those of you in the audience that are wondering, it was cilantro lime rice with black beans and corn, smoked chicken, and salsa. and cheese, and that was it. Like, but it was so delicious.
That's what I said when it comes to. I'm a person that loves steak.
Ooh.
It would have been good with steak.
When they prepare it so good,
Yeah.
it's a sin for me seeing someone use a sauce.
Right? Right? You go and you spend money on good barbecue, good smoked brisket, and then you just douse it all in sauce.
Yeah, I eat barbecue for the sauce. It's not barbecue without sauce.
No. I want the brisket. I want to taste the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
You and me. We should go to Heart 8 one day.
That's not true. I love my brother-in-law's brisket.
There you go.
Yeah.
So here we go, right, Lindsay? I think there's something that you need to do for all of us.
You think so?
I think so. You ready? I think we should have like one day after church. We should have lunch at the Smithians,
Okay.
and like we'll front load you with like the meats and like we'll chip in, right? But I want your husband to do the smoking thing, and we're just gonna have everyone over at your house.
Okay. I mean, let me double check with my husband, but I'm sure it'd be
I think that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun.
And maybe that day will be the day that I bring my cilantro soup.
Oh, a potluck.
Coffee and cookies potluck.
Yes.
I like
Sounds
this
great.
idea.
Right? I'll bring the bounce house for the kids.
Perfect.
Because you already got the trampoline, you already got a pool for the kids. I'll bring the bounce house, and we'll bring some kind of a dessert. We could totally do a potluck. So hey, if you want to know what we've been doing a lot of talking here. Thank you guys for definitely watching all of our conversations. But if you think having a potluck would be a fun idea, I'm already thinking like Rosalie could. Oh, there she goes. Rosalie's already talking about bringing some food. Oh, Lindsay, we're gonna have to have an offline conversation about this. Vic, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. This is awesome. This is actually a dream come true.
Aw.
There you go.
That's awesome.
I'm like, you guys don't know how much I love you guys and how much you have poured into my life. And the one thing is that when it comes to weaknesses, that's where I hear you guys because from my weaknesses, I'm getting fed from you guys.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you.
awesome.
Honored by those
Thank
words,
you.
brother.
Yeah,
Honored
thank
by
you.
those words. So this means we're going to have you on the show again.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
Good.
So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you guys for joining us this morning. What does it mean? This is a full week. Full week. Have you written down your big three thing? Your big three that you need to get done this week? Have you? Let me clarify an umbrella policy.
She said, "Don't put a bounce house on a trampoline." Rosalie, we are not putting the bounce house on the trampoline. We're going to have it separate, but we do have an umbrella policy because we have a trampoline, so it's okay. Thank you.
Wait a second. I like this idea. I didn't think you put the bounce house on the trampoline,
No.
Rosalie, you might just give me an idea.
At your house.
We're gonna give everyone shots of espresso, and then put everyone in the bounce house and see what happens.
Oh dear Lord.
It's on your property. We're good.
Man, I don't know about Steve.
No.
So we love you guys. Make sure to write out your big three at sometime before noon. We'll definitely be posting the actual post for the big three. I already have my big three written down.
I have my big 17.
Big 7.
I'm working on it.
But we love you guys. Vic, thank you for joining us today. Is there anything else that we might need to talk about?
No.
No? All right.
Bring your positive because someone needs you to be positive today.
There you go.
Yep.
Thank you guys for being in the comments. If you're listening on the podcast, come join us over here on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. We are here live every workday morning at 9 a.m. unless we're not in the studio. Which we're going to be gone for 2 days.
Yep. On
in
the
a little while.
21st and 22nd.
Are we not going to go live those days?
I don't know. We haven't talked about it.
Okay. When we have our level 10 meeting, it'll be part of the discussion. That will be part of the discussion. So we love you guys. You guys have a great day. Make sure that you
rise up
and crush it.
Bye,
y'all.
y'all.